All right, Kara Lawler, I want to talk about a section of your book in Everywhere Holy, where we talk about carving out time and time relationships. And you talk about trips and lunches. Mm-hmm. There's a little line that you snuck in on me that I jotted down. We'll probably make it in this. And folks get a shelf a copy because this is really good stuff. It says, you're trying to keep yourself alive. I love that. I love the reality of the need to plug your batteries in all the time. I'm always talking about recharging batteries. So we just flippantly say these things. But then I always try to point people, but what happens if you don't recharge? The battery will die. Mm-hmm. There you go. Keep yourself alive. Talk about the power in that. Talk about some of your experiences with that. I know there's some in the book, but I just speak to that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, in the book I do talk about this, particularly, when we become parents or when we get married or, enter into some sort of relationship bigger than ourselves. Sometimes we can lose ourselves at various stages and in various ways. And I think it's very important to kind of keep in touch with some friends and try to, not only nurture this relationship with a spouse or, of course, with our children or, our families at large, but with friends and also with ourselves. Really, what do I need to, keep myself alive? And at one point in my life, a few years ago, which is, how this book kind of opens, that was literal. How will I keep myself alive while I kind of work through all of these things I need to work through, and therapy and medication and all these things that came a part of it. And it was the realization of some of the things that I needed, which I hadn't thought about in so long. What do I need? And I have really self-identified that, and through the help, with therapy and then, family and friends who care about me deeply. And I'm super blessed for the group of people that are in my life. But this idea that, I know, Brandon, I require some quiet time. And if I don't have that quiet time, because I need to reflect, I need to pray, I need to just kind of be in that blank kind of mind space. I need nature. I need this. I need to see the sunrise. I need to see that over the mountain. I'm blessed that I have that. But I think even if you don't, live in the Allegheny Mountains or wherever you are in the world listening to this, just identify, what do you need? Do you need 5 minutes of silence before anybody else is up? And these are these small little steal away moments. I sit outside, as I mentioned earlier, with a cup of coffee in the morning, and sometimes, it's -4 degrees and I'm watching the sunrise and listening to the rooster, but that's become a spiritual practice for me. And I think the more that I am verbal to my spouse in particular, because we are in this life together, that, I need some of this time. Like, I just, it doesn't have to be a lot, but then it's been reciprocated. Well, Kara, I need some of this kind of time. And it's a different kind of time that he needs. He's highly social and has, likes to see some of his friends, and that's great, So we've come up with these ideas or these pieces and these practices that really help us be better individually, but then also be better mothers and fathers and partners, and, all that goes together.
Fantastic. And folks, make sure you get a copy of the book, because Kara's book is just so full of this, so full of these nuances of life and little messages that will definitely touch your heart and minister to you.